Hello, teachers and principals, parents, managers of children. My name is Master Frank Raimondi, and today I want to talk to you about replacing detention with meditation. I've been practicing martial arts for the past 3 decades now, and meditation, which is the roots of martial arts. And I've come to know that when you change your breathing, you change your reaction to your problems. Changing your reaction to your problems can change your life, can be a transforming force and a superpower. Today I want to talk to you about my program that will lower stress and the fear of failure. Will also help the children to sleep better at night. Changing their emotions of anger, stress, frustration, and fear, the emotions of calm, quiet, non-impulsive, and non-reactionary behavior. When we change our breathing to the breathing that we perform in sleep, which is very deep, we change the chemical that is causing our emotion, which is called the peptide, that is produced by the hippocampus in your brain, which docks to the nucleus of your cells. Changing your breathing is scientific. This is not a religious program. This is a scientific program. The breathing of fear, anxiety, and frustration is very short and shallow. If you count that type of breathing, it's about 15 to 20 exhales per minute. If you count the breathing of calm, quiet, and intelligence, it's about anywhere from 5 to 10 exhales per minute. So this has been documented by doctors, and as this video that you're going to be watching is testimonial too, you'll see a doctor talking to you more about it. So, I want you to enjoy the following testimonial, informational video, and I would love to see you incorporate this in your parenting and your school system. For the principals, the suspension rate has been down to 0 in some schools that you'll see on the video. And also, substituting meditation for detention also helps them eliminate the cause, which is they're overreacting to a certain situation. And when you do that, the cure disappears. So it's important to teach children about themselves and how they could change their breathing, how they could change their thoughts through their breathing.
Inhaling deep, exhaling out. Inhaling deep.
I just start to feel really happy because I got that meditation.
Inhaling up.
Exhaling down.
Every time a thought comes in, see it, let it pass, and come back to the
The
present.
students having an opportunity to meditate. It deals with them looking inside of themselves, taking that energy that's negative and refocusing it to something that's very positive.
If something does distract you, come back to the breath.
All right, let's take a moment.
Let's do it.
I just need to center myself, calm down, take a few deep breaths. There's a reason I'm doing this. Our next topic is a really interesting one because troubled children and teens, managing them can be difficult for parents and teachers, but there may be a surprising new answer: meditation.
You just put one foot right here, and you put the other one right there.
I just do a yoga exercise, and I just calm down, close my eyes, and breathe, and exhale out, and I just feel better. This is the easy pose. I love meditating.
This guy right here always used to get on my nerves. Then you do yoga, it helps you calm down.
Relax your body. You have to go through with it and relax yourself and calm and be a good person.
I love this concept.
I do too.
And, you know, kids are so wind up and jumping all over the place. It's just like a timeout.
Absolutely.
We saw these kids in that clip are actually slowing down, finding a sort of inner peace.
And they're actually studying this and finding that in children, one UCLA study showed that if they did 30 minutes of this mindfulness twice a week, after 8 weeks, they actually improved their test scores in anything that involved focus, attention, or memory. Like he mentioned, some schools that have implemented this, their suspension rate has gone down to 0%. There's some really impressive data that kids are so distracted and so split right now that this is kind of a great way to focus.
Well, and do you, Allie, I'm curious, in these schools, is there time set aside for this, just like gym class, or how does it actually work functionally?
So there's a 15-minute practice at the beginning and the end of the day that the entire school participates in, based on some belly breathing and centering practices, specific breathing exercises, and a breath meditation. And then we have an alternative suspension room that kids can get referred to in times of crisis, where they can come in and they have 20 minutes to kind of center themselves, work with one of our staff members on some mindfulness practices and a meditation. And then by the end of that 20 minutes, they're ready to go back to class.
Does it seem to be well received by everybody? Teachers, students, the parents?
And the kids go home and teach their practices to their parents. The parents love it as well.
They walk in the house like this.
I would just say, keep up the good work.
This
really
is
applaud.
awesome stuff.
Yeah, we applaud what you're doing. This is truly cutting edge in many ways. So congrats to you. And I will say this, I think this is negative. The parents in one Ohio school actually shut down the program because they felt it was rooted in Eastern religion. And I'm going to tell you all right now, I actually last year spent a couple of days learning how to do one of these meditations. And I'll admittedly tell everyone, I'm not great at it. I struggle. I'm shutting my brain off. But it is completely 1,000% separate from religion. It is completely separate. So to take a tool away from kids, to me, this is truly is cutting edge, and it is new agey. I will admit that. I will admit that.
They just don't understand.
I mean, as someone who is a Hindu and Indian and actually practices the religion that they were concerned about, meditation and mindfulness is totally separate, and teaching these kids to focus, I think, is a tremendous tool for them. One American Pediatric Association study showed that 20%, 1 in 5 kids, worry a lot or suffer from stress-related symptoms. So this is a great way to teach them to turn inward, to focus on themselves, to take a moment, and to deal with that stress totally different.
But what's really interesting to me is also the statistics, not only on lowering stress, but then they sleep better at night. They're more likely to engage in other healthy behaviors, and that does translate to interestingly higher test scores and all these other things. To me, I would love to see us get to a place where, much like the schools Ollie was talking about, where every morning the school gets together and engages in matters of business and then just spends a few minutes in quiet. It's a lost art.
It's a great way to center yourself.
Inhaling deep. Exhaling out. Inhaling deep.
I just start to feel really happy because I got that meditation.
Inhaling up. Exhaling down.
Every time the thought comes in, see it, let it pass, and come back to the
The
present.
students having an opportunity to meditate. It deals with them looking inside of themselves, taking that energy that's negative and refocusing it to something that's very positive.
If something does distract you, come back to the breath.
Inhale nice and deep.
I knew suspension was not a good thing. Sending the children back home to some of the neighborhoods that they have to travel in, it just didn't sit right with me. And that's how the room came about.
When you're ever in a heightened scenario, whether it's anger, stress, frustration, your heart rate increases. And so if you're able to use your breath to slow everything down, you're not as impulsive, you're not as reactionary, and you're able to respond to whatever scenario happens to present itself.
Sometimes when I'm really angry at a person, I do the stress breath, and it calms you down in angry situation in life.
Send love to any of those people that make you angry or stress you out.
Patterson High School has been doing it at 10:08 every morning. There, Smith says fights and suspensions are down, attendance and freshman GPA is up.
Kind of different. Well, instead of the children fighting or lashing out, sometimes they'll just stop, calm themselves down. You'll see the children actually close their eyes, do their little breathing techniques, and then they're able to proceed with the rest of their day.
Open your eyes and come back to your senses.